So many of you dolls are reaching out to me about my Ozempic overdose stories. I thought I would talk about it here so we can go a little deeper. I have a column on PopSugar.com, and my essay on my Ozempic overdose went viral. You dolls have been flooding my DMs. Yes, it's true. You can read the full saga of my Ozempic overdose on popsugar.com. I will link it down in the description box. Some of you were shocked. Some of you were scared. Most of you were like, CeCe, I want to start a GLP-1. This is so helpful. Then came the questions. So many smart questions, so many thoughtful questions. I figured today we will take a minute and dig into where I am and what I'm doing as I begin my safe, science-backed, self-love inspired return to GLP-1s. Let's call this my intentional GLP-1 glow up. If you're on a GLP-1 journey too, or thinking about starting, this one's for you. Of course, I'm not a doctor, but I speak to my doctor as I create the Ozempic, GLP-1, Semaglutide, Tirzepatide routines that work for me. Make sure you speak to your doctor too. Let's go through 5 things I want you to know about my GLP-1 routine after overdosing on Ozempic. One thing you dolls are asking is, where do I get my Ozempic or my semaglutide? GLP-1s can be really expensive. My doctor and I were considering ordering mine from Canada just to get a price break. But for me and my ADHD brain, the process was a little bit complicated. After some research, I was looking for an accessible, budget-friendly telehealth service that I could use in combination with my doctor. IVYRX caught my eye. They offer compounded semaglutide, and I just placed my first order this week, so I'll be documenting the process to show you how it works when you do it the right way. Again, after overdosing, I know what the wrong way is. Preparing your gut health is super important. If you're wondering, CeCe, should I do anything specific to prepare my gut health before starting a GLP-1? The answer is 100 times yes. I have a video coming up for you dolls where I'm going to show you my flow of the 30 days before starting my IVYRX GLP-1. So what you want is a healthy and supported gut. Nausea and GI issues hit really hard for me last time when I overdosed. I was basically throwing up all day, every day for 7 days. It was awful. And again, please read the article because I worked really hard on it. But I couldn't even think about food without running to the bathroom because I know what it can look like when GLP-1s go wrong. There are other people who get super constipated, right? Because I understand what torture it is when GLP-1s go wrong, I really want to make sure I'm giving my body a fighting chance. So I'm not going to take my first injection until I feel my gut is completely reset and functioning at its best. What do I mean when I say your gut is functioning at its best? A hint is that a timely and productive gut release in the morning is a good sign that your tummy is functioning really well. Some people have a timely and productive gut release after every meal. You know where you stand, you know where you started. For me, when I was close to 400 pounds, I could go weeks without going to the bathroom. It's so embarrassing to say that, but I have done a lot of work on resetting my gut. I spent a lot of time doing colonics, a lot of time doing detox to really clean out my gut and get my gut functioning well, which also includes knowing what my gut can and cannot tolerate, which is a whole other journey. So before I started GLP-1 again, I'm resetting with a water fast. I'm probably going to do 48 hours, followed by a colonic. So if you're in New York City, I get my colonics at Gebhetep in Brooklyn. ask for Tara, tell her that CeCe Olisa sent you. I love it there. And they have a sauna as well. So you can ask them about signing up for a sauna and colonic session. It's a one-person sauna. It's really cool. So then I'm continuing by increasing my protein and fiber. Typically, what I'll eat a day is some sort of protein smoothie. So either a grab and go protein smoothie, or one that I make is a cinnamon roll protein smoothie. For lunch, I'll have some sort of chicken salad or sardine salad. Sardines stinky, so you have to be mindful of where you eat them, but they're small. They don't, if I'm gonna eat a whole breast of chicken while on a GLP-1, I might, that might be challenging for me. Sardines are softer and smaller, but one can of sardines has 20 grams of protein. So if you're someone who doesn't like to get all your protein from supplements, you want to get it from real food, sardines are something to consider. I'll do some sort of chicken salad, tuna salad, sardine salad. And then for dinner, if I'm out to dinner, maybe I'll do a steak and green bean, spinach, or a salad, a salmon salad, something like that. Or if you do my Curve Method recipe book, there's a beef and green beans pasta in soy sauce that's very high in protein that I like to make at home. Another question that came in is, CeCe, I'm an ADHD doll and food is my main source of dopamine. How can I untangle that? So, as I mentioned in other Substacks, I have a Substack letter called Dear CeCe, my daughter is gaining weight and I'm scared. In that Substack letter, I encourage all plus size women, particularly Black women, to explore ADHD with your doctor. With ADHD, food can become a coping mechanism, not just for hunger, but for stimulation. We want to make sure we don't restrict. We want to continue to build neuro pathways so that we can release anything that's unsupportive, including food as stimulation. So, what am I saying? If you have ADHD or undiagnosed ADHD or some sort of neurodivergency, you may have, over the course of your childhood, how you grew up, how you nurtured yourself, you may have learned to use food or sugar for a dopamine boost. Sometimes when you have ADHD or some sort of neurodivergency, it's almost like you have two wires that need to touch for you to feel dopamine or feel a little elevation or a little boost in your energy levels. Sometimes you'll get that from time with someone you care about. Sometimes you'll get that from love. Sometimes you'll get that from alcohol. Sometimes you'll get that from drugs. And sometimes you'll get that from food or sugar. That's one of the easiest ways for people to try to boost their dopamine. And when not done in a supportive way, maybe you find yourself binging on sugar because your wires aren't touching, but when you eat sugar, it starts to feel like the wires touch and you get the spark that you're looking for. So you might find you always like to eat candy, or when you're feeling sad, you binge, or you eat certain types of food. Your brain has neural pathways like, oh, when I want to feel better, I'm going to do this. When I want to feel better, I'm going to do this. When I want to feel better, I want to do this. Like, it's just over and over. So like changing those habits and all that, for me in this day and age, I feel like the education around neurodivergency is really important for women. And I feel like the education around GLP-1s is really important because a lot of us have been white-knuckling our way through habit transformation and change, not understanding that our bodies are really working against us, not to mention any other things we've been through, like trauma or whatever else, right? So sometimes I have a friend who is a doctor, and she tells me, CeCe, I have clients that come in that are the prime candidate for GLP-1 treatment, and they are the ones that it's hardest to convince them to take the shot. Then I have clients that come in and they have no need for a GLP-1, and they are convinced that they need it. And they are fighting me tooth and nail to get the medication, reporting me to the board that I'm a bad doctor because I won't give them the shot to help them lose like 10 pounds, if anything, right? And then the people that are 100 pounds, 50 pounds, 200 pounds, 300 pounds overweight, she's suggesting the GLP-1 to them. And they're like, no, I think I just need to do it naturally. It's not for me. And listen, as someone who was 400 pounds and looked a doctor square in her face and told her that I did not need her input on my weight, oh my gosh, the audacity of me. Knowing what I know now, any opportunity for help and support that would allow me to not white knuckle my way through my wellness journey, my best body. This is not about being skinny. I am a big girl, okay? This is not about being skinny. Even when I lose 50 pounds, I'm still gonna be like 190. So I'm 5'10", I'm very tall. So I might read to you smaller than I am. I just was shopping the other day. I'm getting ready for the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and I'm updating my capsule wardrobe because I've been maintaining my weight. I have a capsule wardrobe that I've been able to wear the same clothes, amazing outfits. I get compliments all the time for 5 years. But 5 years is a long time to keep a good outfit. I see some dresses that it's like, okay, it's time to retire you and bring in something new, right? So I'm being very mindful with my shopping right now. I went shopping. I can fit into large tops, extra large dresses, extra large skirts, size 18 dresses, size 18 skirts. But when it comes to pants, I still have to go to a specialty store. I still have to go to Lane Bryant. I still have to go to Torrid, rest in peace. It's not funny. Rest in peace, Torrid. Can you believe it? So I still have to go. I am not talking to you from a place of let's get skinny together. I am speaking to you from the place of someone who used to weigh almost 400 pounds and who understands what it's like to move through New York City without knee pain. That's the position I'm taking on this, right? So this is a long-winded way of me saying, please explore anything that will help you to be your best self so you're not white-knuckling your way through your wellness journey. When you are moving through your wellness journey with ease, with the help of things like GLP-1s, you have space in your brain for other things. Why spend all your day counting calories? Why spend all your day obsessing over food and having food noise ruining your life? You can't even function because you're thinking about the next meal. I'm raising my hand when I'm saying this because that was me. Why? What if you could take a shot that would quiet that food noise and then you could use that space in your brain to build a business? Then you could use that space in your brain to write the book that you've always wanted to write. Then you could use that space in your brain to plan a trip of a lifetime that you've always wanted to go on. For those of us who have grown up where weight release looked a certain way, it took a certain effort, and when you accomplished it, people knew that you had white knuckled your way through something. I understand that you might feel like it's more virtuous to do it the natural way. I am saying to you, as someone who believes there's more to you than your weight loss journey, if taking a GLP-1 shot would help you to just get it done and you can move on to something else, consider it. I am putting my IVYRX link down in the description box. People are asking me, CeCe, how much water should I drink while I'm on GLP-1 medication? I wish you dolls could see me. I have just resolved that if I'm going to get my YouTube videos out to you dolls, they're going to be in this hybrid voiceover B-roll format, because me sitting down and talking to the camera, it's just those things happening at the same time. It just takes forever for me. I don't know, maybe it's my ADHD. But when I start filming, it takes forever. But if I just talk to you this, I can get it out. I'm trying to increase my content output, dolls. I'm trying to make this happen for us. So thank you for your patience. I wish you could see me right now. I am sitting here with this big, in New York, we have Poland Spring. This is 32, how many ounces is this? 101.4 fluid ounces, 3 liters. I keep this by my bedside. For me, keeping it by my bedside, it's halfway full every day, meaning I drink water all around. I carry a water bottle with me. I drink water at the gym. I drink water when I'm in appointments, at dinners, at lunch, whatever. But having this by my bedside and knowing that I run through it every 24 hours, that's why I say it's always at half full. So when I'm doing my get ready and maybe looking at my phone before bed, I'm sipping the water. When I'm waking up, I'm sipping the water. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm sipping the water, right? So to answer your question, how much water should I drink while on GLP-1 medication? One of the biggest things that GLP-1s do is they curb your appetite. And that can trick you into forgetting to hydrate and nourish. Being on a GLP-1 is very serious business. So your body is going to release, you're going to eat less, and keeping your body healthy, keeping your muscles strong, your water and your protein intake, all of that being optimal is going to make sure that you don't wither away in a bad way. You're going to have to balance that out. So for me, I'm, always working towards a gallon of water per day before I start the GLP-1. That's what the 30 days before is all about, getting into these routines. And then I can sustain it when my hunger signals shift because I'm already doing it. I already have the gallon of water next to my bed, right? When I'm on the go, Stanley has a new spill proof cup that I'm loving. So I will link that for you, dolls. It has a flip top for the straw. So it's nice to be able to carry it around in New York City and have it in my bag and know that it's not sloshing all over my notebook or my electronics or anything like that. So that's really nice. The last question I got in that I want to cover today is, CeCe, how can I build a support system while you're using a GLP-1 like Ozempic? Oh, well, for me, I I lost 100 pounds on my own the first time and didn't talk about it because body positivity is a core value for me. And at that time, the body positive community was not warm to my weight loss journey. People didn't want to hear it. Well, that's not true. They wanted to hear it in private DMs, but they didn't want me to talk about it publicly. And remember when Oprah was like, were you silent or were you silenced? I was silenced. I do believe I was silenced. And so that's why this time around, I'm like, I'm not going to take GLP-1s in secret. I'm going to talk about the journey, talk about my overdose, talk about everything. And this time I'm going to take you along with me with conversations like this, just breaking down how I'm approaching GLP-1s from a place of safety, science, self-love. And I hope that helps you to feel less alone. You can always come here, leave a comment. I'm also working on a little project. I'll tell you about it later. But if this conversation speaks to you, share it with a friend who's navigating the same questions. Healing is better when we do it together. So please comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. I'll talk to you dolls in the next one. Bye.